All right, what's happening? Mr. Renew, and this is Soul Spark Tarot. Um, we got a little message for you. I'm hype, I'm a little angry, but I'm not too crazy. So we're gonna see what the channel energy is. Um, yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. I could tell you what's happening with me, but we're gonna get a card and see. Obviously, showing my face today. Damn, bro. I don't know you. Leave a message. Fucking up the music and shit, man. Damn. Alright. So, we got a daily message today. I'm just let you know that the energies that I've been feeling post this Scorpio full moon has been energies of combating. This is war. It's war out here. And a lot of people don't understand war. I just saw the moon card. But war happens in your body first. This is what we call health. But mental health has been prevalent. Why? Due to the physical health. Why are the physical health being deterred and diminished? It's because of the energies behind them, aka the emotions. So, because we aren't processing our emotions through our body, that means our mental healths are struggling across society because we can't elevate ourselves from one grade to the next. We aren't able to see the emotional growth required to be a fourth grader and no longer a third grader. I'm sorry, buddy, but in third grade you can do that. In fourth grade, we have to respect each other. More importantly, we have to respect each other's space. We got to share. You want more space, you got to make sure that your space is private to you. Give the same respect to another. The reason why I say that is because I don't believe that shit has been happening. It's a bright, sunny day, but I think a lot of people have so much darkness in their heart, emotions, and souls that their brains project the same hatred that they claim within themselves. It's just heartbreak. But because they don't want to go inside, they are looking for something to put that blame upon. I find myself and blame a part of myself because I know there's another part that's going to support myself. So when I'm being personally accountable, it allows for personal growth. For those of you who want to say shit doesn't exist because you don't see it, you're part of the problem. For people who have never experienced something and say it doesn't exist, you're a part of the problem. If you notice these kind of people and you continuously hang around them, you're part of the problem. And if you don't see that shit in yourself, that you are part of the problem, that's the part of the problem that is the most prevalent across this plane. So, with our nice little intro, let us go back to the idea of seeing ourselves be holistically one. And when we can see that selves, we can see ourselves as that version of ourselves, then we can start to see changes amongst ourselves in the future. So, I'm only saying this because I already know that a lot of people are going to be having these energies of wanting to fight. And I did. I had the same energies, but I never want to just go out there and fight like an Aries. But I love that part of me. I love that part of me who normally is chill and want to go out there and be aggressive because I'm normally chill. But I'm learning to be more aggressive on chill things. You know, I'm trying to be less aggressive on things that are supposed to be aggressive. I'm trying to detach in one place and then reattach in another place. So that's the energies that I've been channeling for the last 3 days. I've been fighting with a lot of things for myself, but I've been overcoming them because I understand it's just a phase. So it's really not about a fight. It's about strategy. But that's the Scorpio energy behind the fight. Because the Aries would be like, nah, nigga, hit him hard, hit him fast. Both sides are true. The difference is time. And so I get frustrated online when I try to socialize with people because there's something I don't understand about social media that the younger generation does, and they use it in a way that I can't conceive. And if it was applied to me, it would be like how parents treat their kids. What, nigga? I don't need none of this. Plow. I don't have to explain myself to you. Punch. So that just makes me really think that it's not, the world isn't a problem. So understand that to be the truth. The development rate of the world is the problem. We think we're advanced honor students, but we're slow remedial students. We have really bright remedial kids in this world, and then we have really bright honor-based kids in this world. These kids who should be honored are treated as if they're retarded, and these kids who are retarded are honored. There is a lot of craziness happening, but right now, what is required, I believe, is for people to stand up. I think people need to stand up and have higher standards. And as a black man, I believe it starts with the black community. As whatever you are, it should start wherever you are. The reason why I say that is because you must see the filter of the people of you. You must see you as an individual. When you see yourself as an individual, then you can compare your individualities to other individualities. And then you can find a team again once you can find differences within the differences. My individualities, your individualities, coming together and us matching individualities. I do this because I want to. You have your own reason, but we both do it. And it's kind of the same. So we're going to rock together. Even though we got different reasons, our reasons are way more similar than everybody else's that look like us, that act like us, that live around us, that participate in the activities that we enjoy. For some reason, I'm different. And for some reason, you're different. And because we're different, that should make us the same. But before we get to that point of similarity, I'm asking you to take one more step back and find some differences between you and me. Because then we can truly see the God within both. The God within you and me is going to express differently, but the love you share for the love that you have, in the love that you give to the things that you want to provide for, that should be consistent. So, because of that, I want to take the time to give us a message that will help us see how differences actually create similarities. It's not similarities and then differences. No, subtraction comes first. There's one God, and then everything gets subtracted from that one as anew. Mr. Anew. So, let's see what our message is. I just saw the Ace of Cups. So maybe this is giving somebody some more love. I don't know. But I'm low-key tired of having my loving words being taken for granted and misunderstood, man. I'm low-key tired of that shit. But I realize it's just me giving words to places that don't care. But I'm giving the word to the people who need it the most, but they don't care. So, how can we understand this energy? Because, again, the purpose of the Scorpio full moon is for Scorpios, right, to transform. That's what we do. That's what it is. But then it's a moon. And Venus rules Taurus, and Venus rules Libra, but the moon likes being in Taurus, which is the opposite to Scorpio. So even though I have a lot of Venus energy in my Scorpio house, which again, Venus doesn't mind being there. It ain't the greatest, but she knows she's going to get some deep love. It's just going to come in a new way. The problem is it's the moon. And so now that shows up as the opposite. So I really, really don't want to care about the physical things in the world like I want to, but I have to do it in a way that I don't want to. So it sucks because it's forcing me to care and love the emotions of people, even though I understand emotions develop and grow, and capacities for emotions can change, and complexities for hope holding and housing emotions are far and few in between and scalable. So when I'm experiencing these things in reality, like on social media, I have to really like accept the fact that there are going to be what I deem to be idiots on the world, but somebody else is deeming me to be the same. So that's where I have to start to see how I'm the same with people, but the values behind or the alchemy or the standard that I'm seeking to get us to all raise up, it comes in the form of how we came to the conclusion. So the funny that people will say would be equated to this: all of those extra steps just to end up in the same space. That exactly is the case. Taking extra steps to end up in the same space does nothing but one thing: gives you experiences, and that's all. When you have experiences, everyone has experiences, so you are not excluded from the group. But when your experiences upon a task is altered and you take on extra steps, people will see you as idiotic for doing more than what was required. But you need more from yourself, people. You need more from you, so you got to give more to the world so you can practice giving more to yourself so you can have new experiences even though you get to the same exact spot. I decided to take 2 laps before Coach came, and you took 1 before Coach came. Guess what? Yeah, I only had to do 1, but I got extra conditioning in. Why? Because I want to be better. You can be as great as you are, but I want to get better. So I'm going to do things to better my mind, better my body, better my health, better my mental, better my emotions. I'm going to do things to better myself, even if those things may seem harsh to myself, to a version of me. So let's see what the cards are going to say to, how are the cards going to manifest this energy for you so you can see it through yourself. Okay, this popped out. Ace of fucking Pentacles. Do you see I'm not lying? Look, this is the shit that gets me so excited. It's because the camera doesn't talk back, but I want to talk to somebody. And so when I talk to people online and I get my messages that I get from people, and I know I bring logic, so really what I'm doing is just, I'm trying to expose the mask on people. I'm trying to role play the devil's advocate. And I learned that yesterday because I had questioned a security guard who was telling me I had to go. I'm like, okay, cool. I've been here past my hour, but why did you lie and say you came to check my car when I was actually over there walking around in the park? I watched you. And he, again, anybody bringing that up, it will seem like I'm leading toward confrontation, but because he was so cool and because I was so cool, I was actually just trying to establish a new groundation, a ground point for a foundation, a groundation. This is the founding point. This is the point that grounds all of my foundation together. The reason why I did that is because I wanted him to be prepared, as cool as he was, for a person who wouldn't be cool because of that one little detail that I squeaked in based upon what he said. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate, and that's what I realized that I tend to do in this world, that antagonizer. But I realized yesterday it's only antagonistic to short-sighted, small-minded people with low emotional IQs. Again, low emotional IQs, not an EQ. I know what the fuck I just said. You have to be able to intellectualize the emotions you feel, let alone just feel them. The EQ comes in the fact that I can identify what I'm feeling. And then I can empathize with the feelings of another. But the intellectual aspect behind knowing that is looking at how this anger expresses itself in this personality type versus that one. That's the Ace of Pentacles as a foundation. But the foundation is grounded or rooted in a person. So, yeah, my middle son, that nigga gets mad and he throws everything. But my older son, he gets mad and says nothing. But my daughter, who's the youngest, she does the exact opposite. When she's mad, she comes and gives me a fucking hug. So, and then she talks, of course. That's why. And then she'll cry or some shit. But it's the idea of like understanding that anger is consistent throughout all of them, but the foundation is still me. But what is grounding them or how they handle their own emotion is different from person to person. So, with that said, I'm realizing that these things exist in the world, but people don't look for them, which is why you can have a bunch of white people on Turning Tides America say that this black girl is stupid because she doesn't know anything. But she's clearly talking and saying things that you don't understand, so now she's the dummy for understanding herself. That's the ignorance that I'm trying to get us to move beyond. How the fuck can every white person be terrible when you don't even know white people because you live in a black ghetto versus a Jew ghetto or a Chinese ghetto or something? You live in a community of like people. So how can you see differences in unlike people, let alone see a goddamn similarity between unlike people? This is why it starts with you. It starts with you understanding the variations of who you are as an expression of Him, the Most High. You are not you. You're just Him cloned. You're just a stream of thought that the skin holds. Kambata. Like, these are things that are already understood. But if you will never seek to find it, you think you're right about everything, man. And you will never believe that 8 fucking people said what you said before over the last goddamn century. So again, I'm just trying to establish that in this energy of Scorpio, the rebirthing aspects comes from seeing how you are reflecting your environment inside of you. But then that means you are reflecting that internal environment externally. So when, for instance, a couple of days ago, I've been really struggling with like certain things that I'm about to leap into. And then things of the past just hanging out, being around. And I almost got like put into a situation to where it was terrible. But that happened about a year ago in the same time frame in a similar situation. So it's like, what cycle am I on that I keep warring internally with? But because it's Scorpio, it's a strategy of war within myself. How am I going to manipulate this to do that, blah, 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 instead of just being that Aries energy saying, hit them hard, hit them fast. Well, it comes down to what we already said with this Ace of Pentacles. This here is a gift. And the gift that you're trying to give is yourself, but the gift that you're giving to yourself is the darkness. So, be okay with accepting the fact that you can hate things and you can love things. Be okay with the fact that the things you hate and the things that you love will change. And give yourself some respect, knowing that the things that will change again. So you're going to be put in the decision-making position. You're going to have to decide, am I going to hold on to what was given to me before? Am I going to hold on to what is given to me now? They're both gifts. My kids are gifts. But this gift over here just irritates my soul all the time, and they're so challenging and they're so difficult, and I don't understand, and they don't talk in the way I want them to, and all of these things, but it's just the war that you have within you that you never took the time to understand. Versus my baby girl who comes over and gives me all the love and makes me feel like I'm the greatest man in the world. I'm that motherfucking nigga. But is she just bottling up the side of her that she doesn't want to see? Should I never be mean to her and raise my voice because I never want her to ever not feel like I'm her hero? What do I do? Well, I've been blessed with no kids and blessed with kids, so what's the difference? Well, with new opportunities, I have to understand new decisions. But with old opportunities, I gotta understand new decisions. But with new decisions, I gotta understand old opportunities. And with old decisions, I gotta see what is new. So again, this is the strategy behind the Scorpio mind. What you see versus what we know. What is appearing as it is versus what we can contrive it to be. Here's a number 5. But 5 could be change. 5 could be 5 digits. 5 could be 4 dots with a center. 5 could be a digit. I think I already said that. A numeral. 5 could be a multiple. 5 could be the number of kids. 5 could be the number of monies that you're gonna get paid back on a return. Whatever the 5 could be doesn't change the you until it changes you. So when a kid becomes 15, that's 3 cycles of 5, right? Again, it's just me trying to convince you that you can change what you were given. You don't have to say you're 45 years old. You can say I'm 4 cycles of, I'm 8 cycles of 4. It's fucking going crazy right now. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 cycles of 5. Versus 3, versus 2, versus 1. All I'm saying is that perspectives changes all the time, but there is some perspective that doesn't. And this is viewed through different perceptions. Again, perception is the mind, perspective is the heart, and the heart can change, so you can have different common denominators upon different perceptional analyses. It's just a fraction. Okay, let's get a final message before we get out of here. What do my family need to do with this information that they got? What does the family need to do with what they got? What do we do with what we have? This is what we do. This is Halloween, nigga. So what do we have to do? Well, we have to make sure that we can find the power within the power of ourselves. This is the King of Wands. That means we're taking actions. But the actions that we're taking are based upon the thoughts that we are having and the decisions that we're making in order to take the opportunities that have been presented to us. As we continue to present ourselves with new opportunities, we're going to continue to have to present ourselves with new means of thinking about them. The thought processes behind them is important, especially when you got the Queen of Wands at the bottom. So this shows me exactly that. So if I had to use myself as an example, this shows me that you guys are ready to step into the things that you've done before, but you have a new body, and so the fears of what did not happen in the past experiences, they're popping up. But you gained the experience, so you gathered skills. And so when you step into this position again, you're going to have the skill set to be matched with both the Queen and the King of Wands or Candles. Both energies, the masculine and feminine energy within you, are being expressed right now. So what that tells us is most people are going to be one or the other. If you have a person who's being very masculine, you would have that ability to not match them with masculine energy, but also match them with feminine. And when you can match masculine energy with feminine, it normally, again, it goes together, right? So a man can't really handle a woman bringing him logic like a man. A woman can't really handle a man communicating emotions properly, like, because I'm already fucking up. It was easier for me to say it one way, but it's harder for me to say it the other way. But again, it's like a man being emotionally intelligent, having a conversation with a woman who isn't. So that is the advantage that we have right now. We have the ability to express both our masculine and feminine action-based energies. That means we got the light within us. The feminine energy has the light all around her. The masculine energy has the light in the darkness. Again, oh shit! Look what's on top. The Ten of Pentacles. Look, I don't know what else to say outside of there's some decision that you're going to make today that's going to change the game. Why? Because you are, like for me, I will argue with adults. I will argue with children. I will debate men. I will debate women. I will debate people with fields of study that I am very versed in mastery and have mastery levels of. And then I would debate people where I have no idea what the fuck any of this shit is. The reason why I can go through all of these different thought patterns is simple. I leave space to listen. I actually care to hear. And so when I'm telling a person something, I'm not thinking of myself as a person trying to win the debate. Yeah, I'm going to beat them. It's the game. No. If I'm telling you something, it's because you asked me something and I want to give you the solution. Hey, do you know how to do this? Sure, I know how to do this like this. I'm never going to be like, huh? Did you see that? Told you you're wrong. You're wrong. No. That ain't this. That's like me yelling at my oldest and then not yelling at my youngest for the same exact fucking problem. Nah. So, none of that shit gonna work. None of that shit gonna fly. None of that shit gonna fly. Let me get one actual final message again, because that shit popped up. Let me get a some message for us to leave with. Make a decision. Something that you used to do. Don't be afraid to do it again. And when you do it this time, just appreciate the fact that you got more parts of you and you can handle anybody. So that means that you are more complete because of those experiences. Ah, shit. So, yeah, I don't, to my spiritualists who are watching, please document this shit like it's a reaction video for you. I'm not I'm saying certain things, but the cards are showing the same thing. But a lot of readers don't speak about the cards in the way that I do. As a reader, I want you to really appreciate the fact that this is what card is this? This is the World card. Card 21. This here is the 10 of Pentacles, right? But I always talk about how these aces are always these cards together. So for me, by these two cards just coming out together, the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, or Presents, whatever the fuck. When these two cards come out together, it shows me the same exact energy that I was trying to express with the King and the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands and the King of Wands is this energy here. Which one do you think is the Queen and which one do you think is the King? Well, if you said the King of Wands was this guy, you are wrong. The King of Wands is this single independent energy that will start off anything and create this. This is the feminine energy who will receive everything that is being thrown at her, organize it, design it, and place it into the right location. These two things come together and make this, which is your actions, your strategies, your actions, and your hobbies. These things come together, but when you go from one world to another, those things will show up differently. Like the joy of a holiday on Easter versus the joy of a holiday on Christmas. Some people don't give a fuck about eggs. Some people don't care to exchange presents. But each holiday cares about spending time with the people you love. So even if you have these differences in worlds, each of these worlds will carry some masculine energy and some feminine energy working together. The masculine energy, the feminine energy working together, crossing paths in order for decisions to be made when they need to be made. All right, people. I'm Mr. Renew. I'm for sure going to give y'all some more today because that was kind of short. And, I'm not looking like a fucking monster no more, Kind of nice. So I appreciate y'all for being here for real. Yeah, I'll give you guys another one later. I'm Mr. Renew. Peace.